Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Who would think we would be here again? 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Gee, this is not gonna go until somebody go. What's up, man? Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. It's your boy Carcino here, still on vacation. Man, sitting back, relaxing, eating good, getting some scrimps, some good old scrimps. Then I see Ja Rule goes on The Breakfast Club. And he says some things that was pretty interesting. And I said, oh, wow. You know, because I was just like, I didn't think he was going to take that bait that The Breakfast Club was throwing out there, because they instigated, and I had no problem.
I put it to it when I see the things that he does, and he did.
So, like he says, like they brought up, the media brings this up. It's not me. The media brings it up. So he goes out there on The Breakfast Club and makes these statements. And I'm going to let y'all listen to it right now. Then we'll get into what happened.
When I see the things that he does, and he did the herb smoking, I'm like,
how do you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not. Preem said it best. I spoke to Preem the other day. Preem has always got the right words and shit and the right things to say. Because I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But, I say, So I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, he said, Rule, he said, here's what you got to understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, because I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. But if we got to get into it, make it, I'll fucking end it. I'll put it to where it go. I'll take it to the next. So that's why I'm like, you know what? That is the best description of what I am and who I am as a man that I could ever think about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are as men. Mm-hmm. Here to protect our family, protect our homes, defend our honor, our names, our reputation. That's what we're here. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. I'm not. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master of self-defense.
Yeah. But in a way, you do have to understand why Fifth feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know people like to say it.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that was essentially, because my whole thing is, what is Ja Rule doing up there? I'm like, that was my whole thing. Like, what was they bringing Ja Rule up? Like, what's he got, a new album? Like what's going on? New cologne, fragrance or something? What is Ja doing up there? But I've never had a problem with Ja Rule. Like, even when Fifth was out, I still listened to Ja Rule's music. Murder INC changed. They all went through problems. They stopped doing what was making it, but we did. Now, like I said before, I was a huge Ja Rule fan before this happened. Like, I ain't had no problems with him. So when Fifth came, I had no problems with what Fifth was saying. So I could listen to both music. So as this thing went on to be what it was going to be, once that was said, everybody was laughing again because Ja Rule said he was going nuclear. So everybody jumped up with their own opinions and went down their own narratives. Now, hold on, something's wrong, but okay, I think I got it now. Now the narratives changed. So then 50, in typical 50 fashion, responds to the Breakfast Club, basically enticing this behavior, saying the club should be ashamed of themselves, asking questions that perpetuates violence. This fool has been getting ready to go what he calls nuclear for 2 years. Then he put LOL, y'all man in my runts right now. Now, I'm sitting here like, what? I'm probably the only one. Most of y'all, what they call YNs right now, are like understanding everything he said. I had no idea what a runts is, because here are the factors of the situation. I don't smoke. So I had to go look up what the hell runts is. Like, what the hell does he mean? So runts, for anybody who don't smoke and don't know anything about that, is I guess a strand of weed, or that's found in like OG Kush and all that other, type of weed. So they take a runts, right? And they go ahead, and I guess he meant like, you're in my runts. Ja Rule is like, he's getting smoked up in a blunt, or however he gonna smoke it, right? He's in my grinder. He's finna get grinded up. So that was the narrative. That was the narrative in which, the direction they were willing to go.
If you're talking to 50, Ja gonna come up. If you're talking to Ja, 50 gonna come up.
I don't bring him up.
Now, if you look at the scenarios and you start saying to yourself, well, let's go over the history of Ja Rule and 50 Cent. You're gonna always be stuck in a conundrum because these
I'm gonna go ahead and
issues
pass.
are not improving. So after 50 made his statements, right, and everybody's back laughing at Ja Rule, naturally, this ain't gonna go well for the joster. The Ja man ain't gonna take it.
So because the job man isn't going to take it, everyone around him is going to be livid. And I mean livid. So what did they decide to do? They decided to step it up, take it to the next level. Ja gets hot because social media is now laughing at him. He fell for the joke. Now he's the laughing stock. Something he never wanted to be. He's now made himself. And he's mad about it. How mad? You're going to see. He comes out, directly attaches the name 50 Cent and says, "Suck my dick, you ass nigga. I already ate your lunch. Shut up." That. And that got some attention. Then he starts answering people in the chat, like fans. He got shot 9 times. He didn't do nothing. Stop glazing this clown. So Ja's hot. Ja is absolutely hot at this point. And there's nothing anybody can do to calm Ja down. He's on a roll now. He's on the tilt. 50 got him. Right where he want him. So now he goes back to tweet 50 Cent again. Until you do something to the niggas that shot you, you can't troll no more. Handle your business, chump. Ha ha. So now, while he's putting that out, some fan came to him and was like, they was like, yo, pause. You know, some Drake loving dude named Ferg tells Ja Rule to pause. And he said, "No pause. None of that shit. Get off my dick. Blow the whistle." So Ja's ready to go. Now, another fan comes up and says, he ended Murder INC. You right. He told the feds, Murder INC had him shot. They put us under federal indictment. Rat. So naturally he comes on this angle. Ja Rule is definitely on the line. They got Ja definitely on the hook. So he's been spiraling all since this morning. I was just trying to let the spiral go as long as it could. I got a day off from tour. I got time today. What do I think about you? So, Ja is definitely off the reservoir. He has spiraled. 50 got him on the line, and I know he's somewhere laughing his ass off because he got Ja to go off. Got him to go completely off and get out of his bag, get out of his zone. So, once again, it was on. He goes right back to adding 50 Cent. Nigga, you a used car salesman. Everything you do is trash music. One good album. After that, trash liquor. Trash TV shows. Yeah, I said you gonna make the same show. That coach stepped on parenting trash characters. Trash nigga. You a garbage man. Ah! So he's just going off, right? I mean, going off. Ja was going all this, and you would think he'd be done. That was his final one. Nope, he adds 50 Cent again about an hour later. He thought of some more stuff to say. From now on, your name is Boo Boo. That's what they called you on the streets, right? Boo Boo the Fool. 50 Cent is a street nigga from Brooklyn. You Boo Boo from Queens. MC Gusto. CB4 ass nigga. So, once again, he continued to go down this road. A spaz. So this one guy came up trying to clown Josh, saying this Negro just admitted he watched Power. Never seen one episode. We solid over here, champ. So Ja Rule, anybody tweet Ja Rule right now, you will get a reaction. He's got time today. Now, yes, Gene Deal suspected that Murder INC had something to do with it. Yeah, I saw that with the shooting and all of that. That's not true. From everything I've known about that, that's not true. That Murder INC didn't have anything to do with that. Now, whether the Chaz knew something was going to go down, that line forms to the left. But, like they say, when you see how the situations play out in its entirety, you'll understand it more clearly once it plays out. People always make these mistakes, but I mean, this is like what, round 17 with these two? Remember, Ja wanted to battle 50 Cent in the doggone, what they doing, that album versus album challenge that they used to have on Triller. It was mostly on Instagram at the time when it first started, the versus battles. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, 5-0.
Yo, who's this, man?
You know what this is. It's your worst nightmares. Ja. It's Rule. Yeah, you thought you finished me, huh? Yeah, I see you turn down that internet challenge. Yeah, let's do that IG challenge, baby, me and you.
Ja, you bumped your head. Is this really Ja? Somebody pranking me, man? This really Ja? How you get this number, man? Anyway, you must have bumped your head, man. Why in the world would I battle you, man? You ain't got no songs. I mean, really, only songs you got is like Rita Shante or something. You don't have no songs on your own.
Man, all my songs are better than yours. What do I think about you?
Well, Ja, look. I don't sing, man. I mean, we don't have the same type of records, man. I mean, you had your day, you had a couple of hot songs, but you couldn't contend with one of my albums, man. It's just the fact.
Man, when you talk about everybody don't rule. Yeah, you scared.
Ja, you didn't do anything, man. You forgot what happened that night? I mean, think about it. How smart would that be? You came upstairs, you cut the lights off. You don't have on no night vision goggles. You can't see either.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Nothing gangster about that, dog. Your man's got knocked into the light switch and just happened to hit it, and the lights went out. So, that's what happened. You know, I come upstairs and hit the lights. That's dumb. Why would you hit the lights? You be stabbing your own man.
Oh, man. That's how I got that cut on my neck? That was black? Oh, man. I didn't think about that, 5-0. All these is. That's why we got an IG battle, baby. Because I know you ain't got better songs than me. Because I'm real. The way you walk, the way you talk, baby, I'm real. And I don't know about you.
Child, listen. I understand. This reminds me of the 5 Heartbeats, man, when Eddie King was out there doing Nights I Wish. I'm having kind of one of those moments right now. Yeah, it's kind of revealing. Listen, I know you're calling your emotions right now. You're up against the grind. You're trying to figure it out. But listen, the industry, you have to find out, reposition yourself because the climate has changed, yeah. It's not the same climate as it used to be. So you got to figure out how to make your way in the figure 8. I'm a natural hustler. You weren't even good selling those Jehovah's Witness books. You couldn't even do that. So you was never going to make it out in the streets, selling anything. They knew that. So records, you just happened to get hot because, Jay put you on, and then DMX got you kind of hot. And that was it. You came in off their back. Me, I made myself hot. It's a big difference, child.
Just say you scared. Name one song you got is better than mine. Name one, 5-0.
In the club, it's the hottest record you probably ever put out. Ja, how many records you got that is just you? Huh? In the club, it's me. I'm on the record. That's it. Jay did the beat. M's in the video, but It's me on the record. I tell you right now, you want to do a contest right now? Put Candy Shop up against Put It On Me. All your hit songs, Ja, is basically a feature. You got a little more on Put It On Me. What song do you got by yourself? I got, no, somebody was on that too. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to get back to you on that. But we got to get it on, baby. The streets got to have it. Yeah. Ja, 50, that's going to be bad. That's going to be a monster. Only in the dream, Ja. Close your eyes real tight and dream about that happening. This conversation is as far as it's going to go with a battle. And you lost.
Now, as I tried to tell people before, that's exactly how it's going to go. They're on two different spectrums. Ja Rule was a man who had to get some money from Irv Gotti from getting his catalog sold. And now he's got a tour until it's over. He sold his own catalog and blew through that money. Now the Irv Gotti catalog, when Irv sold his songs, he got a little money from that. Now he's got nothing to do with shows. He owns nothing now. He owns nothing. All of the songs he did in the past, he owns nothing. So he got to do shows now to make money. $50 can do an international tour. His shows and his songs perform better internationally. Not too many people can do an international tour. 50 Cent is known internationally. Like they were playing his name in Bucharest, in Zagreb. So oh, hell yeah. They always gonna be on that. Because that's the kind of attitude they look for. They look for people like that. They say, hey, who the best person in this situation that we need? And they go, oh, Fifth. And they try to think why. This is why. Think of the scenario. Think of the situation. Who's best in this situation to come out on top? Nobody better than Fifth. Ja need Fifth. Fifth don't need Ja. That's the reality of it. They really don't bring up Ja Rule too much to 50 Cent in interviews because there's so much more to talk about, from Ross to anything else. You know, Ja is like a figment of the past. You know, I just hope he could do something to keep the lights on, you know. But, you know, this is lifeline right here. And ain't pretty much too much to say about it.
Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw. Man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella.
And that's about it, you know. So on that note, I say that to say this. We up out. Deuces. I said deuces. The thing should have went up by now. See, you can't get nothing right.